If you are preparing for a job interview with Booz Allen Hamilton or just curious about their interview process, you're watching the right video. In this video, I will share with you the exact steps you will encounter when you interview with Booz Allen Hamilton. All right, let's get started. Let's first take a quick trip down memory lane. Booz Allen was established in 1914 on the eve of World War I by psychology graduate Edwin G. Booz. At the time when the world was moving toward a new era of lean manufacturing pioneered by Henry Ford, Booz insisted that people, not products, were the basis for organizational success. For over 100 years, Booz Allen Hamilton has taken pride in its innovative and tenacious approach to solving problems. So let me repeat that. We're talking about more than a century of history here, not just decades. Booz Allen Hamilton specializes in management and technology consultant. They are known for their expertise in areas such as cybersecurity, data analytics, digital solutions, engineering, and strategic consulting for government and commercial clients. The firm employs 34,000 employees in more than 80 locations all over the world, so you can see that their size is even bigger than BCG and Bain. Now, why is working at Booz Allen Hamilton a great opportunity? Like what I mentioned, they have a rich history. They acted as the first consultants to NASA in 1958. That's really cool, right? Which leads me to the next point of why it's a great opportunity to work at Booz Allen is that they have interesting clients. They remain deeply involved with NASA and other parts of government to this day. They supported the Department of Treasury to become early adopters of cloud technology, one of the first in government. They've also done work with the Department of Energy, the Army, the Department of Defense, and the Center for Disease Control. Booz Allen's compensation is competitive enough to be on par with the salaries offered by other Big Four companies. They also offer medical, dental, and up to a 6% dollar-for-dollar 401k match as benefits. But before you can get these benefits, you have to get an offer. So let's talk about how you can land an offer at Booz Allen Hamilton. When you apply to Booz Allen Hamilton, you'll need to do your research as you need to choose a specific role. Booz Allen Hamilton recruits for positions in 5 different areas, so choose one that best suits your skills and interests. There's consulting, analytics, digital solutions, engineering, and cyber. The company has lots of information about the different specializations on their website and encourage you to follow them on social media to get a feel for the job. For students, check out your school's job portal for opportunities and apply there first. This then sets you up to complete your interviews on campus. You can also network at on-campus Booz Allen Hamilton events. Other candidates will need to set up their profile on the Booz Allen Candidate Portal, known as Workday. After that, you can apply directly to the roles of interest and attend informational events offered via their website. Once you've submitted your application, if your skills and capabilities match what Booz Allen is looking for, they'll be in touch to schedule an initial phone screen. Booz Allen stresses they want the candidates to feel clear about the recruitment process and as well prepared as possible. They provide a hiring roadmap that details how the process works. After the initial phone screening, there are a series of technical screens, video interviews, and individual or panel interviews by the recruiting team. Exactly which of these elements you'll need to do is dependent on the role applied for. Now, let's dig deeper into their interviews. Interviews at Booz Allen Hamilton primarily include behavioral or fit questions, occasionally with a case interview. The process is shorter compared to other consulting firms, usually comprising of only 2 rounds of interviews. But of course, you shouldn't think that this will be easy peasy. You still have to prepare for the interviews. So during the first round of interviews, it usually lasts around 30 minutes, and the one who conducts it is a recruiter. The interview will primarily focus on resume questions and behavioral or fit interview questions. Though candidates interviewing for the analytics, digital solutions, engineering, and cyber groups will have a greater focus on technical questions. Booz Allen places a significant emphasis on people. It describes its culture as kindred and cares about recruiting people that fit well with its values. For this reason, candidates may face several behavioral interviews during the recruiting process. Early on in the Booz Allen Hamilton interview process, most candidates will be asked to walk the recruiter through their resume. Now, here are my tips on how you can ace this part. Prepare for this by looking at your resume and identifying the achievements that you are particularly proud of or that fit well with the Booz Allen culture and values. Develop stories around them to answer fit interview questions and workshop them with friends to make sure they're polished for your interview. Booz Allen is interested in you as an individual, so be sure to mention experiences that make you unique and explain why and how you got involved in it. Answering behavioral questions well requires you to do 3 main things. Explain the context, give an example of how you've used the skill the interviewer is looking for, and describe the positive impact of your actions. One of the things we teach our clients at My Consulting Offer is to use the 𝗢𝗲𝗍 framework, as it acts as a helpful way to approach and structure an answer to any behavioral question. We have a video covering this, so I'll link it in the description. Let me share with you sample Booz Allen Hamilton fit interview questions and my advice for you on how to answer each of these questions. Tell me about a time that you exhibited leadership qualities. As a consultant, you're given the responsibility of leading work early in your career. This question gives Booz Allen Hamilton the chance to explore your leadership skills and experience to date. Start by explaining the circumstances in which you acted as a leader. Who or what were you leading, and what were you tasked to do? Next, describe the leadership qualities you demonstrated and how they acted to move the work forward. Finally, expand on the impact your leadership had. What was the outcome of the task? If you were leading a team, how did they react to your leadership? What evidence do you have that you were successful? Describe the greatest challenge in your last job and how you addressed it. In answering this question, Booz Allen is looking to see how resilient you are and how confident you are in handling adversity. Courage and integrity are Booz Allen Hamilton's top two values, so using an example where you've had to demonstrate these things is smart. Perhaps you had to handle a problematic colleague who acted without integrity and you had to call them out. Or perhaps you noticed someone more senior making mistakes and you had to raise the issue. Or maybe you made a significant mistake and you had to share that with others. In that case, describing how you put things right and what you learned from the experience could be a powerful story to tell. What project are you most proud of and what was your role in it? This question allows you to share a time when you contributed to a project or a team to make a positive difference. Start by describing the project you're proud of. What were you working on and why was it important? Secondly, talk about your role. What was your contribution to the team or project? How did you shape your role to fit your skills? How did you work with others to maximize the impact you had? Finally, talk about how your specific contributions made a difference to the outcome of the project. How did you know it had made a positive impact? What feedback did you receive from others? Tell me about a difficult technical problem you've encountered and how you resolved it. This question is looking to discover how you solve tricky problems. A core skill in consulting is understanding and analyzing client problems, synthesizing information, and offering a sensible, comprehensive solution to solve them. Start by explaining the context. What was the problem you faced and why was it causing an issue for your team, project, or business? Next, describe what information you gathered and what steps you took in order to offer a solution for the problem that you encountered. Finally, explain how your solution resolved the issue and what impact it had. We have a video covering how to ace behavioral interviews, so I'll add that link as well in the description, so be sure to check it out. Now, going back to the interview rounds, the second round consists of 3 30-minute interviews. One of these interviews will be focused on a case interview or case study interview, while the remaining interviews will be focused on behavioral or fit interview questions. I gave you tips on how to pass the behavioral interview questions, so let's focus on the case interview questions now. Booz Allen Hamilton's case interviews replicate real consulting scenarios, presenting you with a hypothetical business problem to solve. These interviews are usually candidate-led, requiring you to steer the case's direction. You'll need to ask pertinent questions, perform relevant analysis, and suggest each subsequent step. Booz Allen Hamilton's case interviews often draw from past projects or engagements, so anticipate cases related to public sector or government work. Whether it be a public sector, government work, or other types of cases, it follows the same flow and structure. Case interviews are meant to test for structured problem solving, so it's good to have an approach that shows the skill. Here's the 4-step approach I recommend. Number 1, make sure you understand the question being asked. A great way to do this is to repeat back to the interviewer what you've understood the client's problem to be and any expected outcomes. Number 2, take your time to process all the information you have about the issue. Silence during an interview can feel daunting, but since your interviewer is looking for a structured problem-solving approach, it's much better to plan out your approach carefully than rush to answer and potentially miss something important. Frameworks can be useful to both organize and decide how you want to tackle the case. We have videos covering different case interview frameworks, so be sure to check those out. The link is below. Case interview frameworks can help you break down the problem, but don't be afraid to tweak a framework to suit the case you're facing. It shows an interviewer that you're adaptable and can think independently. Once you've decided on an approach, share this with the interviewer. It's an opportunity for them to guide you if you're off track or if you've missed anything. Number 3, ask questions to get the case facts you need. Now is the time to ask for more information on any of the gaps you've identified in the data and use the answers to help shape your recommendation to the client. Number 4, make your recommendation based on everything you've learned. In the final step, summarize all the information you've gathered during the interview. This should include your understanding of the problem the client is facing, the key issues you've identified, and any assumptions you've made. You should finish with a clear recommendation on how to tackle the problem and any risks associated with that approach. We have videos covering each case interview, so check that out. Now, before we wrap this up, I want to emphasize one important thing for you to do before you go through your Booz Allen Hamilton interviews, and that's to conduct thorough research. Like what I mentioned, Booz Allen Hamilton places a significant emphasis on people. They invest heavily in finding out if you're the right fit for them. Understanding the role you're expected to do and how you can make an impact is important. There'll be questions on what you know about your potential job role, the Booz Allen Hamilton culture and values, and what you expect your career pathway to be. Make sure you've considered why Booz Allen is the right firm for you and can share where you hope to be 5 years from now. 2 other things to help you with your Booz Allen interview process. First, if you're applying to Booz Allen, if you comment below the process you're in and the city you're in, we'll send additional resources to help you. For example, if you put down Booz Allen, Washington, D.C. interviewing, we'll send you resources on preparing for your Booz Allen, Washington, D.C. interviews. And if you are 100% serious about wanting to work at Booz Allen Hamilton or other top consulting firms, we'd love to help you. My team and I are former consulting recruiters and interviewers and managers who help applicants land interviews, ace case interviews, and ultimately land offers at top consulting firms. To date, we have a 90% success rate. That means 9 out of 10 applicants who work with us land at least 1 offer. Click the link below to book a call with my team to find out more. Booking this call could put you 1 step closer to landing your offer at a top management consulting firm. But you don't have to take my word for it. Hear it from 𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏 was able to land her dream offer at an amazing firm like Booz Allen despite coming from a non-target school. I'll link her videos somewhere above my head. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next video.